Thought for the day. Nature is not a place to visit. It is home.
Welcome to 7 Minutes for Yourself. I'm Christina Aina, and I'm so glad you've joined me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. Let's take this time to reconnect with ourselves and improve our well-being.
In today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself, we're reminding ourselves of the importance of taking time to connect with nature, to recharge, and remain balanced. Have a listen.
So benefit number 1 is a reduction in stress and anxiety. I've noticed this for me personally whenever I feel overwhelmed, like I'll go out into nature and my stress and anxiety kind of just settles and goes away. And maybe that's just temporarily, but for that time that I'm in nature, I definitely am feeling less stressed and anxious. Now, there's also some research to back this up. I'm going to refer to my notes for this. I'm probably going to say this name totally incorrectly, but Yoshifumi Miyazaki is a physical anthropologist who studied the effects and benefits of forest therapy, which is practiced pretty commonly in Japan. He's found that leisurely forest walks compared to urban walks lead to a decrease in cortisol levels. Not only that, on psychology questionnaires, the participants reported better moods and lowered anxiety. Yes. Take a deep breath with me right now. Inhale. All right. Moving on. So nature just has a way of putting things in perspective for me and really reminding me not to sweat the small stuff. Moving on to benefit number 2, time in nature can lead to more self-awareness and mindfulness. Now I have another video that dives into this point a lot more, so we'll just touch on it here. Time in nature is really an opportunity for you to kind of tune into how you're feeling and what you're thinking and what maybe is the best decision to make if you're struggling with a decision. There's something about like leaving all of the to-do lists and that stress that we were talking about of everyday life behind and spending time with fresh air and sunshine that really helps you kind of tap into you and what you're feeling and what it feels like to be in your body. Because so many times throughout the day, we are not actually like there present in our body, right? We're like thinking about the future or the past. Time in nature really helps me to kind of come into that present moment. Benefit number 3 is an increase in energy and alertness. At my job, I work indoors. There is some windows, but they go and look out at a brick building and they're also like frosted over. So I can't really see outside. So I can sometimes feel really just kind of lethargic. I've noticed that if I step outside and just feel the sun on my face, take a few deep breaths, go for a walk around the block, I feel so much better. Like when I go inside, I have so much more energy. And so this is something, like I said, that I've really just noticed for me, that time in nature just has this way of making me feel alive and excited to explore and feel the ground, put my hands on rocks or on trees and just kind of be a kid again. It just naturally makes you feel so much more alert and excited. Benefit number 4 is that nature can be very restorative after mental burnout. I got my notes again for this one. So this point is based on Stephen and Rachel Kaplan's attention restoration theory, also known as ART. The attention restoration theory hypothesizes that nature has the capacity to renew attention after exerting mental energy. Us modern day humans, we got a lot going on. We're all over social media. We got work, we got family, we have hobbies and personal projects and like a million things pulling us in a million different directions, right? And no matter how much you do, your to-do lists never seem to get any shorter. And this can definitely lead to mental burnout. In fact, I kind of feel like mental fatigue and mental burnout is so common right now that it's almost normal. And I think it's important as humans, like we need to rest, we need to renew and restore and kind of take time for ourselves. Like it's really, really important so that we can show up for the other people and the other things in our life that need our attention. And so I invite you to try it. Next time, if you're like cramming for exams in school or you have a big project due at work and you just kind of are pushing and pushing and pushing and you've gotten it done and you feel that mental burnout, or even if you're a writer and you have writer's block, take a moment, go outside for a walk, go on a hike, and just see if that helps kind of renew your mental state so that you can go and do your other tasks more fully and with more energy and with more purpose and presence. And then benefit number 5 is that time in nature can lead to feelings of connectedness. Feeling connected is so important to us. We all want to feel loved. We want to feel like we're part of a community. And so time in nature kind of gives me that. Like I feel when I go out in nature, like I'm connected to the earth and I feel my feet on the ground and I'm fully present and it feels really good. And I get it. If you've never really been hiking, if you've never been backpacking or camping, these things can be intimidating. That's why I have so many resources on this channel to help alleviate that intimidation so that you can go out in nature confidently and safely and experience all these benefits. But once you get past that initial discomfort of doing something new, what I experience is just fully connected to everything around me. And it's kind of the same no matter where I go in the world. Like I could be in Peru looking at the Andes Mountains or in Colorado looking at the Rockies and I feel connected. I feel kind of like I'm coming home. It's sort of a weird like primal thing because we evolved in nature. We evolved having a connection to the earth and to everything that was around us, the trees, the animals. And so time in nature really kind of reminds us of that connection.
That concludes today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Today and every day with your kiddo is a gift. Enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.